It is written. Who is my mother? Who is my father? Who is my sister? Who's my brother? But the one that does the will of my Father. See, God says, do not be unevenly yoked. Don't be yoked with unbelievers. For what fellowship does righteousness have with wickedness? Or light have with darkness? Even God says, if any man love his mother, his father, his brother, his sister, his spouse, his relationships, his friendships, more than he loves me, he is not worthy of me. And I paraphrased that and I added those extra things. But basically, Christ was talking about relationships, what we call and who we call friends, family, spouses. He wants us to be very careful in that, because the devil, who is very real, who comes only to steal, kill, and destroy, is prone to using people that you love and hold dear to your heart to destroy you. And I don't mean they're hell-bent and their intention is to destroy you. I'm saying that whoever you love dear or love more than you love God, if the devil has a hold on their life, he will use them to cut your heart. He will use them to bind you, to suppress you. He will use them to destroy your mentality, destroy your spirit, to make sure that you're in a perpetual state of discouragement where you could never see the love of God or the purpose of God or the intention of God for your life. And so God wants us to love him more than we love our spouses, our friendships, our family members, because the devil can't use those things to derail us from the purpose that God has called us to. If I allow anything to move me or derail me from doing and obeying the word that I was commanded to live by my Father, then I've made that thing my God. Whatever moves you, whatever shifts you to do things that are contrary to God, you have made God, because God is the only one that's supposed to move you. He's the only one that's supposed to sustain you. He's the only one that's supposed to build you up and encourage you. So that means that any person that's in your life, no matter who they are, they don't have access to the place that God dwells, that God rules and reigns. And so he tells us, don't be yoked with unbelievers, because we have nothing in common with them that don't love God. Light and dark don't have nothing in common. It may even be our family members, but we have to recognize that God is the King of all, and he is our salvation. And he's the one that says yes, and he's the one that says no. He's the one that says heaven, and he's the one that says hell. There is no person on earth that has the power to forgive your sin, to let you in heaven, to make you righteous, to cleanse you, to heal you, to protect you, to deliver you, but Jesus Christ. He is the only thing that should be more important than any relationship that you hold in the earth. And so bad company, as is written, corrupts good character. We have to be careful in our relationships and make sure that we're not yoking ourselves to people or to persons or even family members or even spouses that don't love and serve the God we serve. That's a very, very serious thing. And so God is not saying that you should walk around and deny people who don't believe, but he's saying you have no fellowship. Basically, you have no confidence, no confidence. Like, you don't confide in people who don't believe the God that you believe or walk in the righteousness that you walk in. So there is a separation of light and darkness. There is a separation between unbeliever and believer. There is a separation. So God wants us to make sure that even in our relationships, familyships, marriages, that we love him more, and that we make sure that we're not allowing people who do not love God to influence our life. All right. I love you, and be blessed.